Hi, someone here. I was having issues, trying to get a hold of clip arts and polygon. After I got the aha moment, I wanted to share how I understood using clip art with polygon. We're gonna start here with the left hand side. We have W3 school. Then here we have a whiteboard, so I can demonstrate the concept. Let us begin. So this is how to think about it. Let me take this tool here. All right, okay, and draw a straight line. So straight line, please give me, yeah, and here we have another straight line. So this is the way to think about it. When you are using a polygon function, this is how we go. You're making of use of points and coordinates. This is the x direction and this is the y direction. So at this point, both x and y are at 0. If you remember in mathematics, we have the x direction, and here is the y direction. So we go from 0 here, because here, sorry, here with 0, and then we'll go to 100% here, 0 to 100%. And with the polygon function, you're going, your points are going like in a clockwise direction from this point to this point to this point to this point to whatever point. Just know that the rules are that your points are going like the function as you write, you just write as you write the different points, it's in a clockwise direction. And I'm just going to show you what I mean in a sec. Okay, enough of the explaining of this part. Let's go ahead and demonstrate how to get to get to draw a shape using the polygon function. So we are going to start with making this a perfect rectangle or a perfect square. So this is how we go about it. You remember I said here is x and this is y. We're going to take our text tool, and we start at 0.0%. 0%. So this is 0% x and 0% y, because this is our starting point, 0% and 0% x, 0% y. But what we want to draw is a rectangle. If you look at it this way, we want a point here. Let me draw it. Yeah, want a point here. We also want a point here. I don't know what happened. We want a point here. We want a point somewhere around here, and want a point here. So joining all of them together, coming back to join all of them together, we have this, straighten up, yeah, and this. So this is the full rectangle of the full square, or the full shape. Starting from here, 0% x, 0% y. So the rule is that we start from the top left. So this is the top left. Then if you look at this point, which is the next point, remember we go clockwise. If you look at this point, which is the next point, put in my text tool. Let me take my text tool and put here. We're going to have, if you trace it down to this point, origin, it is 0. We're at 0% y, and at the maximum percent of x, because x goes like this, 0 to 100, 0 to 100. So we are at this point, x will be 100%. So we have 100% um, x, and 0% y. So that's what we have at this point. So we'll go to our next point. If you're looking at it, if you trace it back to here, we are at the maximum percent for y. So going from 0 to 100, we are at 100% y. And this for x, we are the maximum percentage for x. If you trace it this way, from 0 to 100, 0, 100, 0, 100. So but we take our text tool again. At this point, we have 0% x, and we have, let's say 0%, sorry, 100%, 100% x, because we are the maximum point of x, and also we are the maximum point of y, 100% y. And lastly, we have this, our last point. So at this point, we are at maximum percent of y, see, 0 to 100. So, and at this point is 0% x, see, tracing it, still 0%. So we just have 0% of x, and 100% of y. So using this information, we could just impute it in this polygon function and we have our perfect rectangle. So let's go ahead and do that. I think I'm done here. Let's go ahead and do that. So we started at, remember, top left, 0% x, excuse me, 0% x and 0% y, and then we move to 100% x, and then we have 0% y. So we move again to like 100% x and 100% y, and then lastly we have 0% for x and 100% for y. When we run this, yes, we have the perfect square or the full body of whatever we have. So this is how we go about it. So with this idea, I would like to build another shape. Let me just make two more of two shapes, two different shapes, and to solidify what I'm saying, or so you can understand it perfectly. So let's go. Let me take that tool again. So we want something this way. We want something this way at this point. We want something like this. Yeah, give me something straight. Okay, yeah. So, and we want something like this. All right. Then we want to join this horizontally this way. All right, something like this. It's not perfect, but it's supposed to be a straight line down. But let's just have it. Then if you want to check the points, this is where we have the points that we want to join all together. Remember, I told you it goes clockwise. It goes clockwise. So these are the points we want to have from here, go to here to here, and when we join them all together, we have something like this triangular this thing that's somehow slanted. So let's label the point. So we start at 0% x, which is the starting point, top left, 0% x, 0% y, and then we move to this point. So at this point we are still at 0. If you know, I said before, 0% from here and up to here will be 100%. So we have 100% of x, and then we have 0% y because y is in this direction. It's going from 0 to maximum in this direction. So we have 0% y. Then lastly, take this text and we have this point, and here we have 100% of y at the maximum, and then we have 0 because we are at this starting point. So we have 0% x and 100% y. Definitely. And then let's just impute this in our polygon. We have 0%, then we have 100, 0%, and lastly we have 0 to 100. So we have 0 to 100, and I'm gonna take out this other part. Sorry, excuse me. I'm gonna take all these other parts, and then let's see what we get. Yeah, we got the shape we wanted. And lastly, let me create a more complex shape. All right, I think I'm gonna increase this for you guys to see. I'm gonna create a last shape which is more complex. So let's go ahead. Let's go. So we have this. I'm gonna create something like this. Then I come here. I'm gonna come here like this. I'm gonna create something like this. All right, that's not what I want. So I'm gonna go here this way. Yeah, I'm gonna come here this way. Yes, and I'm gonna create something like this, and then something like this. Okay. Here you have it. Okay, we're gonna create something like this. Sorry for this kind of shape. It's not looking perfect, or we'll go with it. So we have this point at the starting point. We go to this point next. We go to this point next. We go to, or don't like that. We'll go to this point next. We go to this point next. And then we go to this point next. So this point, this point, this point, this point, and this point. So using our rule, let's just create something to match it. So let's use our ruler and just create something straight, and yeah, straight. That's That's a mistake. So we have something straight up here. So we have the x direction and the y direction. So using our rule, we are going to start at point 0, 0, which is our starting point, 0% x and 0% y. Then we'll move again to the next point. If you watch, this is at the maximum point if you trace it at x. So this is 100% x, and we have 0% y. So 100% x, 0% y. When we come down here, if you watch, we are coming a little bit out, something like this. So about 20%, let me say, or 30%. Let's just use, okay, I'll go 40% of x. We're just coming out a little bit on this axis x, and then we are at 100% y at the highest value ever. So let's just use, where's my text? Let's just label this at 40% x, and we have 100% y. So yeah, then we go to this point. We have the next point, and at this point we are still at 100% y, but at 0% x. If you trace it up to this x-axis, we are starting at this point 0, but at y we are 100. So we have 0% x and 100% y. And then lastly, we have this point here. So we have this point here. If you watch, from x is going like inside x a bit, so I will just put it like 30% or so. 30% or 20, let's just say 20. If this is 40, let's just say 20% is going inside a bit of x, and also it's at the middle of y. So we have 20% for x. Let's go. 20% for x and 100%, 50% for y. So we have this complex looking shape, and we have the coordinates. So that is it, Caprish. Let's just put the values into polygon. We have 0%, 0%, a quick one, 100 to 0, and then we have 40% x. So we put 40% here to 100%. That was a dollar sign. That was a mistake. Then we go to, remember, it's clockwise. The next point is 0% for x, and we have 100% for y. And then lastly, we have 20% for x, and 50% for y. I think I made a mistake too there. 50% for y. So when we're done with this, voila, you have this shape we wanted to create in the first place. Isn't it beautiful? You can make some crazy nice shape with this. I think M3 have it. I think yes. Is it are you coming? I gotta come in. So yeah, going to Mozilla Docs, you can see this shape. This is made with polygon. So you could make crazy shapes with this tool with clip parts, and could make crazy shapes. Look at how wonderful this looks, and it's done with polygon. So I just wanted to share how I got to understand, using clip art and polygon. At first, I didn't get it, but I got it, and I decided to share as my first video. So I hope it helps someone out there. And that is it. See you guys next time.